Okay, production procedures, Mac 248, Tuesday class on the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. All right, I had the three talks today were a segue from the novel of the goal and the story of the goal into the technical textbook and the presentation of conclusions, if you will, way of learning. All right, in the goal, everybody kind of figures out things for themselves. Jonah uses the Socratic method to teach them, where he asks questions and they answer them, and they learn on a much deeper level that way. That's why I had that book go first, because this textbook is a very technically written, dry language textbook that goes into great detail and also uses a whole lot of acronyms or alphabet soup. Today's class, I had you write down PAC, MRP, ERP, and several JIT, all those kind of acronyms, production activity control, materials requirements planning, and just-in-time manufacturing. So, as part of the segue from the novel to the text, I asked you to write down all of the characters' names. Alex, the plant manager; Stacy, inventory; Hilton Smith was the enemy, and all these things, and keep these names next to you as you read through the dry text. And then when you read something like about the theory of constraints or a certain a decision being made, you might say, Alex made that same kind of a decision. Write his name in the margin. Associate what you learned in the goal with this technical textbook, okay? Another thing is, when you're in class with me, I'll tell you what to underline and highlight, and I'll tell you what's going to be on the test. So when I was talking about the rubrics over here, I mentioned that the rubric for the midterm exam just about came out right on the money, the way I thought. There were a lot of B's, very few A's, and a whole bunch of C's in the class because of the demands that I placed on you through the rubrics. So test 3 is going to be coming up. Test 3 is going to be all on 4 chapters out of this production procedures textbook, the blue one that we're working in. And we're going to be doing a whole lot of chapter reviews, and where I will tell you more or less exactly what's going to be on the test, and you can memorize and then do association to do well on the test. So you're not going to have to read in depth and be able to apply information so much. You're going to be able to read thoroughly, associate with notes in the class, and more or less memorize what you need to know. Because I want you to have an overview in test 3 of all the things that are going to be in this textbook that relate to, for instance, GE Six Sigma quality system. The theory of constraints is in there, total quality management, and all of these things that big companies are trying to do to institute continuous improvement in their workforce and in their company. So over here, I was telling you that the main thing for the segue into the text was the word flow. And on page 139 in the goal, Jonah says, manage for flow, not capacity. In other words, make the flow through the plant match the demand, not the capacity of the plant. Don't keep pinching or enlarging the capacity, overall capacity of the plant to match your demand, because you'll end up with too much inventory and not enough throughput. And your operating costs might end up going up as well. So that's how we're going to go. We then talked through pages 124 through 132. Your homework was going to be page 132 on to 142. And we introduced all the alphabet soup. I chose chapter 8 because it deals with the theories of constraints. So please read to page 142 by Thursday, and we will pick up from there.